just beyond that house at the Fleamdyke pumping station. You can just make out the top of the windmill that's at the top of the hill as you come into or beyond Fulbourn. You can still see the top of that factory, whatever that factory is. It's something like SG Herbo. The name is something like that. Anyway, still see the solar farm over there, and those great big white boxes are like some kind of metal sheds for, I guess, housing equipment. Just make them out if I use loads of zoom. That's 64 times zoom, just so I can show you what I'm talking about. It almost looks like the sea. It's exactly the right colour for that to be water. A small haystack here. And just here, this little line of bushes that goes across the fields there, and the other side, I believe that there is disused railway. Like I said, I've got a leaflet somewhere. Someone explained exactly when it was made. I think it was like 1860 or 1870, something like that. They were trying to build a railway from Cambridge to London. Eventually they ran out of money, so it was never completed. There's no actual railway tracks down there now, or sleepers or anything like that. There's nothing. You wouldn't think. Just as I hear a real train somewhere. That was behind me somewhere. How can you see? Oh, there's cars over there. I'll have to work out what that road is. I just saw flashes. Yeah, there you go. Where is that? I know Great Wilbraham is in that direction. I'll have to work out what that is. Anyway, road over there, and I'm almost at the A11 going this direction. Completely lost my train of thought there. More of these lovely purple flowers that bees love. Bees and butterflies. Oh, a railway, sorry. As I almost get to a railway. I'll keep filming just so you can see it. So anyway, they've gouged out a gap for the railway, obviously. Due to there being hills and stuff in the area, they'd have had to keep the railway level, they'd have had to do some hard work every now and then, and this is one of those sections where they had to, in order to keep the railway level, I guess, had to do a lot of excavating. Would have taken a lot of time and effort. Just going to film this farm as I go past here. Not sure the name of this farm here, but it's quite close to the A11 road. Let's just use my zoom. That's 37 times. 84, 140. Too much heat haze to work out the registration. I can see more of the windmill from here now. I've turned around. The thing is, you've always got to, when you're on Fleamdyke, for some reason, don't just look ahead, look behind you, and you'll see the view keeps changing as you go higher up the hill. You can see more in the distance behind where you've just come. So let's get that. There you go. Disused windmill at the top of the hill as you go past Fulbourn. So that's 27 times zoom. Okay, let's go slowly just to film what I can see. Some of that over there. That's got to be towards the city centre. Have to work out what that church is. That could be the big church near to Parker's Peace, maybe. What have we got there? What's that building there? Anybody know? Again, as I get higher up, I'll be able to see even more. That is possibly what I call the Stevie Wonder building. That's the top of Cherrington Road where it meets Hills Road, that yellowish building in the middle. I think that's what that is. So I live in that direction there in Cambridge. And the weird thing is, when you're in Cambridge, if you were the opposite location to me, if you were there, you wouldn't be able to see these hills here. And because Cambridge is so flat, you wouldn't realise that there are hills around the Cambridge area. Cambridge, the city centre, is so flat. If you look in the distance, you don't see any hills. That's why it's so weird when you just get just a few miles outside of Cambridge, you realise just how many hills there are. I mean, in a car it's nothing, but if you're walking, my god, it's hard work getting up some of these hills. And just to show you there, I'm at the back of these buildings. There's a garage that works on cars somewhere around there called Brown & Watson. They're a pretty good garage if you want to get your car fixed. They used to be based on Mill Road in Cambridge, and then they switched to this location near Fulbourn and Babraham. Anyway, Brown & Watson, if you want work done on your cars. I remember in the past they used to charge something like, I think it was something like £17 an hour for labour. What it is now I don't know, but they were a lot cheaper than some of the other places I found. That white thing there, that's to warn you that there's a gas line there, as in don't dig or you'll get blown up. So here we are, I'm virtually at the disused railway line. Something's dug up bits here. I don't know if that's some kind of animal's been digging around. So down there, it's so dense with vegetation from this angle you can't see, but down there, this is the disused railway. There's no sign to tell you that it's a disused railway once you're here. You wouldn't have, someone's done some cutting, look. Aha. Somebody's been recently chopping this vegetation to clear this bit of the path. This is the first bit of cutting work I've seen, and that down there is the disused railway. It's so thick of clematis type vegetation. I'm not going to go down there. And then yeah, this is the Fleam Dyke path I'm on. Very narrow here. Be very careful, you could easily tread on that and you'll go flying down there. It's steeper than you think. So that is the disused railway. And down on the other side, that's the disused railway. Yeah, it's quite a steep drop off down there. And it's just wilderness. So there you go, disused railway. Right. And as I've said many times in my previous video, this actually gives you a decent view of how much earth has been excavated to make Fleam Dyke. Can you see how much of a gap there is there where I'm filming down there? All that earth that was there where I'm pointing has been shifted up to there. See where my finger is? That's the level you'd walk at, and it goes right down from there. Humongous amount of effort to do that. Obviously in the time before they had mechanical diggers, this would have all been done by hand, and maybe they had some kind of primitive shovels back in 500 AD, but if I zoom in at the end, you see how steep the bank is. You see that? If I point with them, I'm trying to get my finger in the right position. See that there? How much of an angle that is? And that's just one 300 metre section. Huge amount of effort. Anyway, this has been cut since the last time I came, and the fact that it's not dried up, it's probably only been cut a few days ago. I did this walk about a month ago, and this section hadn't been cut, so somebody's recently come along here and done that. Harkham Low Way. It's another name for this section of the walk. You'll have to do a bit of research. I don't even know much about that myself. Cricket or grasshopper, can you see it? Let's see if I can get it on video. Where'd it go? I took my eye off it. Oh, no, I can see it. Let me see. right where I'm filming and zooming in. You see it right in the middle of the screen? There you go, it just moved backwards. Let's put my finger there and see if it hops. There you go, it's got an orange tip to it. Oh, where'd it go? I'll put my finger. Oh, there we go. See it? Yep. Right, again, this is another area in the past where I've seen foxes, rabbits, hares. I'll stop this video because I've been going on for 11 minutes now. I'll start another one.